may have seen contemporary pictures of people in chain gangs, mostly black, dressed in red and white jumpsuits, picking cotton in prisons in the South. The prisons like Angola in Louisiana or Parchman Farm in Mississippi are often former slave plantations. And if you think to yourself, wow, that looks a lot like modern day slavery, you wouldn't be wrong. What you are looking at is slavery, prison slavery, and it is legal and constitutional. When you study history, you are taught that the 13th Amendment to the United States Constitution abolished slavery. And it did, mostly. But there's one very insidious exception contained right there in the text. Except as punishment for a crime. That exception means if you are convicted of a crime and sentenced to time in prison, you can be forced to work for little or no pay. You have no choice. If you don't work, you can be disciplined by being sent to solitary confinement, for instance, or even have your parole denied. And prison slavery doesn't just look like incarcerated people in the South being forced to pick cotton. It's also incarcerated people in California fighting wildfires, or in New York making hand sanitizer during the pandemic that they are banned from using because it contains alcohol. Recently, two Congresspeople, Nikema Williams and Jeff Merkley, have proposed what is known as the Abolition Amendment, which would end the exception to the 13th Amendment for prison slavery. All right, here to talk about prison slavery and the campaign to pass the Abolition Amendment is Bianca Tylek. Thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you so much for having me, Yodit.
You're also the executive director of Worth Rises as well. Okay, Bianca, in the South, when we see images of incarcerated people picking cotton, it so readily conjures up images of slavery. What other jobs do people in prison do?
People in prison do nearly every job. In fact, one of our advocates often says that the only things that correction officers even do are lock, count, and pass out mail. That everything else in prisons is often done by people who are incarcerated. And that could be everything from jobs on working plantations and farms. We have many plantation prisons in our country, which are actually prisons that were built on former plantations that still have working farms where people are picking cotton, as you said in the intro. But it also means everything from manufacturing license plates. It also includes things like feeding people in the mess hall, or working in the laundry, or working in commissary, clerical jobs. Just about everything inside of a prison and jail is done actually by incarcerated people.
Now, Bianca, what are incarcerated people paid, if anything, for their labor, and does it vary by state?
Absolutely. It varies by state, and not just by state, but by job. It varies from one agency or facility to another. The national average is 86 cents an hour, and that can range very widely. That said, there are actually 5 states that don't pay people anything for their labor, and they're probably unsurprising states, as you were mentioning, the South: Texas, Mississippi, Alabama, Arkansas, and Georgia often don't pay incarcerated people at all to work. And they too are working in the fields, in different office jobs, in the medical units, cleaning. I mean, jobs, endless number of jobs. And often one of these things when we talk about this vestige of slavery that people, fail to sort of understand is not only, as you said, can you walk onto one of these plantation prisons and really see slavery still happening, but many aspects of that slavery are still happening, in the sense that people who maybe talk back to an officer or refuse to do a job within the building might be sent out to the field to work, right? That idea of that master, of the person who can work in the house and the person who needs to work out in the fields. People can be separated from their families, right? Like, we know that that feeling or that understanding or that history of mothers being separated from their children and being bribed with their children in order to work. That's still also happening in our nation, right? Where we see people being denied visits with their families or calls if they refuse to work.
Now, explain how private corporations are also invested in prison slavery.
Absolutely. So there is a pretty wide net of private corporations that are using slavery and using prison labor. One that probably will ring bells for a lot of people is a company called 3M. And if you don't recognize the name 3M, look at the packet of Post-its in your house. Look at the Sharpie packet. These are all made, these are brands of 3M. It's a huge conglomerate of office supplies and other types of supplies used to manufacture office furniture and license plates and a number of things. They don't just use prison labor themselves, but they also are the suppliers of a lot of raw materials that are used to manufacture everything from street signs to coffins inside prisons. So corporations like that, like 3M, are utilizing this labor. But there are also other types of ways in which this labor makes it into our homes. Take agriculture, for an example. As I mentioned, there's a lot of working farms in prisons. And that agriculture, that produce, sort of makes it into our kitchens in many ways because we don't track where this stuff is going. But I do want to
Yeah.
note that while corporations are using prison labor and slavery and benefiting from this system, that the largest employer of prison labor, the largest user of prison slavery, is actually the US government. It is the state governments, it is local governments, it is the governments that are actually utilizing this labor, profiting from it, and using it to sustain this racist and systemically flawed criminal legal system.
Bianca, now prison slavery is specifically allowed under the federal constitution, but there are some states that have banned it under their own state constitutions. Talk about which states have taken that action and why you think action at the federal level is necessary.
Sure, absolutely. So actually, Rhode Island was the only state that dealt with this issue before 1865, when the Emancipation Proclamation and the 13th Amendment were passed. Since 1865, essentially nothing had happened until 2018. In 2018, Colorado became the first state to actually rid its state constitution of this language. And in 2020, Nebraska and Utah joined Colorado. And what's important to note is that in these three states, these were unanimous votes by the legislative bodies that then went on to be on the ballot, on ballot initiatives that were passed by the people of those states. And so it's time for us to actually deal with this issue at the federal level, to realize that the 13th Amendment is entirely flawed due to this exception, that we must be able to say no slavery, no exceptions, and actually have that permeate all of our state constitutions and our nation. And we think because of what's happened already in Colorado, Nebraska, Utah, and we are expecting Vermont, Oregon, and Tennessee will all have this on their ballots in 2022, that this is the time for us to do this.
All right. Thank you so much, Bianca Tylek, Executive Director of Worth Rises. Thank you so much for being here. To support the Abolition Amendment to end prison slavery and the hashtag End the Exception campaign, you can text End the Exception to 52886 or go to endtheexception.com. All right, guys, thanks for watching Making the Case. Up next, the amazingly talented Prime with Charles Blow. Good night.